Alright guys, welcome to the Golf and Grass channel. Today we're going to bring you our first course vlog from Berkshire Hills Country Club located in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. This is the course that I grew up on. I learned to play golf here. I worked at this course for many different years, the pro shop, the grounds crew, the outside staff, so I know this course very well. You experience a lot of different shots. It's an A.W. Tillinghast design and the grounds crew has really done a great job getting it back to its original design. The superintendent here is Bob Decker and the pro is Mike Hillman. Again, this course is one of my favorites. If you guys are ever out there in Western Mass or the Berkshires, please stop by and see this course. Alright guys, hole number one here, driver in hand, really nice opening hole here. You want to start the aiming point at that bright red tree out there, but man, this ball started left and just kept going left. I got really lucky here that I didn't one hop into out of bounds. It very well could have. I don't think I just got a lot out of this. Anyways, 9-iron. I thought this ball was just going to keep me kind of like short of the green, maybe to the middle of the green, but it just came out of the rough super high. As you can see it laying there over the pin, I caught a lucky bounce because you really don't want to be long in this green. A putt downhill here, you really just had to get a good speed on, just kind of get it through the fringe. Luckily, this one raced by, but didn't race by as far as it could, and we're straight up the hill. Anyways, on to hole number two here. You could have had a driver in hand. I think 5-iron's a smart play for me just because my ball tends to go left a little bit more than I want it to sometimes. Just kind of like this one. So if this is a driver, this is OB, but with a 5-iron, I caught the trees here and just kind of dropped straight down. Second shot here, hard pan. I knew that I could go after this ball and really cut it around the pine tree that you can kind of see through these other trees. I had to advance this ball as far as I could. I had a pretty open range, so if this ball didn't cut, then I was still going to be fine and catch myself in the fairway, but I hit this thing clean. I advanced it much farther than I thought it was going to. 58 degree in hand here. As you can see, there's a little mound before the flag here. There's a bunker there, and you have to get it up and over that bunker, but if you go too long, it's kind of jail back there. It's really, really tough, rough, and it's out of bounds. This putt, I didn't really know where it was going. I was going to go a little bit of left, a little bit of right. I just kind of worried about more of the speed and just kind of take my par and get out of there. Hole number three, this group was on the green for quite some time, so we're just kind of juggling, wasting some time here. 46 degree in hand, 158 yards. Terrible club choice. I should have went with a 9-iron. I knew that this ball was going to be short as soon as it was in the air. I just didn't know how short it was going to be. Left side of the green, back-to-back bad club choices here. I pulled out the putter. I should have taken an 8-iron and just kind of done a little bump and run action. But I decided to kind of test my luck with the putting, and it just didn't turn out well. Luckily, I was below the hole, and this putt was pretty easy. It was straight up the pipe here. So the group that was holding up on the last hole, they let me play through here, and this is a pretty good poke of a drive. One of the best drives of the day. This kind of is a dog leg left, and if you catch a hill, you can kind of get a good amount of run out of this, which is what happened here. So my ball kind of fell down into this little gully. We had 207 yards, 6-iron. I hit it pretty good. This little like scrunch right there, yeah, I thought I was going to find myself in the bunker, but luckily I stayed short. Now this chip, I had to get it over the bunker and I had to get it past the flag because if it was anything before the flag, the ball is going to run down off the green here. And similar to the last shot, this is another pretty scary putt. You can kind of get whatever line you want, but this ball is just going to keep running and running and running and running. And luckily, it didn't run too far out for me today. But this putt coming up here, if it doesn't hit the flag stick, you're going to look like a 10-footer going back up the hill. So a little right to left breaker here, and we just kind of knocked it in the right side. Really lucky, had to get that ball into my pocket and out of there. Fifth hole here, I took a 7-iron just because I didn't want to be long. This is kind of a members hole, if you will. There's a bunker to the right-hand side, and if you hit short of that, that ball is really going to take a big hop left and just kind of scurry onto the green. But I hit this ball a mile high in the sky, and as soon as it landed, it just kind of sat right there. I grabbed the 56 degree. I thought that I could just kind of catch this one clean and just kind of 1-2 hop it, but this ball again got in the air and it left me a tough putt for par here. Sixth hole here. This hole is either really good for me or really bad for me. The aiming point is at those two little trees on the left side. There is water to the right just before those willows here, so sometimes I like to start it there and just kind of cut it back into the fairway because that's pretty much my trusted ball flight right there. So I kind of hit it good, kind of walked away with this one. 125 yards, 52 in my hand. This is a huge green, so it's kind of, you kind of lose a little bit of concentration here just because you're like, I just want to get it down the green. Hit a good shot here. Luckily, it was at the center of the green because I hate putting on this green. It's big, there's mounds, it breaks a bunch of different ways. Downhill putt here. Just had to worry about speed. Wasn't too worried about the line here. Just had to kind of lag it in for a tap-in par. Luckily, the group ahead of me called me, and they wanted me to play through. So we kind of had to run to the next tee here just because I didn't want to hold these guys up because I could hear that they were playing a little match. 6-iron off the tee here, a big breeze behind me. So this ball just kind of got up in the air and just stayed there and got all the way to the back of the green, which I was very surprised when I walked up there. Now, this group that was letting me go through, they were chirping me a little bit over this putt, you know, asking me, oh, I got to film this one. And after I missed it, they were like, oh, you got to go back and do it again. But we kept going here. This putt, I thought I nailed it, but just kind of slipped by and picked it up just so I could get out of the way of this group.
You want to turn that.
8th hole here. I normally hit 3-wood off this tee box, but today we got a bit of a wind in our face, so I hit driver. Now, the great thing about this hole is you can spray this ball left and you can spray this ball right, and you're still going to end up in 1 or 2 fairways here. 132 yards to the pin. Hit at a 52 degree. I hit it kind of decent. I just kind of fell over at the end just because I kind of had to gas this one up there. I think I got a little too clean. I hit close to the flag here as I'm fixing my ball mark, but it spun all the way over to the front. This putt, I really thought that I nailed it. I hit it dead straight up the hill, and it looks like it's on line all the way, but just a tap-in par. We'll take it, and we'll walk to the next hole. Hole number 9 here. This hole is always in my head. I can never seem to hit a good drive here. I parted only a handful amount of times this year, and this ball, oh man, it just went right, guys, and it just kept going right. Luckily, I was short of the hazard. I don't think I'm allowed to break things in a hazard, but, you know, no one's out here watching me. 6-iron in hand, I just had to punch it up there and advance it as far as I could. This ball came out hot. Skirted right up the hill there to a nice hard pan lie for me waiting. This is a pretty tough shot, I would say. I spent a little while over this ball because I didn't know if I wanted to bump and run it down there, but if I'm short, then it's just going to cause a whole bunch of problems here. So we have ourselves a par putt, which doesn't normally happen on this hole. And we have a right to left breaker here, and I just had to get a good pace on it, and as you can see, it's just tracking, and it hit it. I had to do a little fuss pump here because I never make these putts. So we're 2 over through the front 9 here, heading into the back 9. The back 9 video is a treat, guys. It's a fun course back there. I'm really excited to show you guys, so let's get into it.